Let's talk about Queen, a band whose music is just everywhere. It's the soundtrack to our lives, loved by your parents, your kids, and probably you too. They went from being rock musicians to becoming actual music royalty. So how on earth did they do it? Well, let's get into it. But first, think about this for a second. What's the difference between a rock star and a true legend? Is it just about selling albums, or is it something more? Today, we're going to look at how four guys became absolute legends. You definitely know their music. I mean, you hear that opening stomp stomp clap, and you know exactly what's coming. Whether it's in a movie, a commercial, or booming across a stadium, Queen's sound is just one of a kind. It's instantly recognizable. So where did this whole story kick off? We've got to go back to London in 1970. A couple of chance meetings and a shared love for music were about to completely change rock and roll history. So in 1970, you've got this band called Smile, with guitarist Brian May and drummer Roger Taylor. And along comes this super charismatic fan, Freddie Mercury, who ends up joining them. A year later, they find their bassist, John Deacon, and that was it. The lineup was complete. And get this, these four guys stayed together for the next 20 years. That's almost unheard of in the music world. And this was not your average group of musicians. For starters, Brian May was literally an astrophysicist, an astronomer. He even built his famous red special guitar from scratch with his dad. But here's the real secret sauce. All four of them were incredible songwriters. Each one brought something different to the table. John Deacon wrote these amazing pop hits, Brian May created those huge rock anthems, Roger Taylor brought a bit of a harder rock sound, and Freddie delivered pure theatrical magic. All that combined genius is why their sound is so diverse, jumping from hard rock to pop to opera and back again. You know, every legend has that one defining moment. For Queen, that moment was like a perfect storm of two things: a frontman who was larger than life, and a song that just threw every single rule out the window. And at the center of it all was Freddie Mercury, the face of Queen. Yeah, he had that mind-blowing 4-octave voice, but it was his presence on stage, the wild costumes, the energy, the way he moved, that made him an icon. He didn't just sing the songs, he performed them with every fiber of his being. 5 minutes and 55 seconds. Back in 1975, that was a huge problem. A radio single was supposed to be under 3 minutes, simple as that. So a nearly 6-minute epic, the record label thought it was commercial suicide. They were sure no radio station would ever play it. And it wasn't just how long it was. The song itself was, well, it was weird. It starts as a ballad, then there's a guitar solo, then it goes into a full-blown opera section, and then bam, it ends with hard rock. It was complex and totally different from anything else out there. They were basically told it was too strange for people to like. This quote from Freddie really tells you everything you need to know about his mindset. He wasn't trying to fit in, he was trying to create something that would last forever. Bohemian Rhapsody was a massive gamble, but it was the perfect song to carry that ambition. And, of course, it became this colossal hit, proving that sometimes the biggest risks really do have the biggest payoffs. So if Bohemian Rhapsody made them stars, their performance at Live Aid is what made them legends. We're talking about the day that Queen, in just 21 short minutes, put on what many people still say is the single greatest live performance of all time. So let's just set the scene. The year is 1985. There are 72,000 people packed into Wembley Stadium and almost 2 billion more watching on TV around the world. And Queen gets a 21-minute slot on a stage filled with the biggest names in music. They had one shot to make an impression. And in that little slice of time, they did this. Freddie walked out and started this simple call and response with the crowd. But it was way more than that. With just one I.O., he had 72,000 people in the palm of his hand. It was this incredible, electrifying moment that brought the whole stadium together. Queen can just play a set, they commanded a global event. But the story doesn't end there, on that triumphant stage. Like all great stories, it has moments of tragedy, too. And yet, through everything, the music and the message of Queen have only gotten stronger over time. In 1991, the world lost Freddie Mercury, but his voice was never silenced. In 2018, the movie Bohemian Rhapsody came out and created millions of new fans, introducing a whole new generation to their magic. And today, Brian May and Roger Taylor are still carrying that torch,
performing with the incredible Adam Lambert as their singer.
So why does their music stick around? I think it's because it gives us courage. I mean, think about We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions. They're the ultimate anthems for winning, still blasted at sports events everywhere. Just look at their song titles. Don't Stop Me Now, Keep Yourself Alive. They're like a shot of confidence. And really, that's what it all comes down to. That's Queen's legacy. They were four totally different people who came together to create something that was strange and beautiful and powerful. They never, ever tried to be like anyone else. And by doing that, they showed the whole world that being different isn't just okay, it's a truly wonderful thing.
Queen's music was all about making you feel powerful. So, I'll leave you with this to think about. What song do you turn to when you need to feel like a champion? What's your anthem for courage? Thanks for joining us.